Okay, so Saily have made some major changes lately, and what they're doing might just redefine what an eSIM can be, because they are turning what is a simple data product into something closer to a travel membership. They've already added privacy tools, we've got ad blocking, web protection, even a virtual location feature, but now they've gone a step further. Their new Ultra plan doesn't just give you data, it gives you airport lounge access, fast track through security, and perks that you'd usually only find in like a premium credit card or a Revolut plan. It's kind of like your SIM suddenly thinks it's an Amex card. So we got to talk about this. We're going to discuss what you actually get with Ultra, whether it's worth the price tag, and the few drawbacks that could make you think twice. But before I jump in, if you enjoy videos like this one and want to learn more about travel, money, and tech, then please do consider subscribing. I'd love to have you on board. But yeah, this Ultra plan, it's $64.99, and that's definitely not cheap for an eSIM, but this really isn't another data pack. This is Saily trying to turn your phone plan into a travel membership. So here's what you actually get for that money and why, depending on how you travel, it might actually make sense. So Ultra works in over 120 countries, which includes most of Europe, the Americas, Asia Pacific, and even a handful across Africa. So while it's not fully global, it's also far from regional, which should keep most travelers covered. Now the plan comes with 30 gigabytes of high-speed data each month, which in theory should be enough to handle all of your work or streaming needs and reassure you that that's not going to run out. But if you do, then your speeds drop to 1 megabits per second, which is definitely a bit slow. Is that 1 megabit? Because it's not plural, is it? There's only one. It slows down to 1 megabit per second, which when you say it often sounds really bad, but it can still handle things like maps, messaging, emails, and even Spotify. So this is technically an unlimited plan, except the speeds aren't. But data isn't really the reason this plan exists, because each month you get 1 airport lounge pass and 1 fast track pass through security. Now, if you don't use these, they do roll over for up to 3 months, which I think is great, because typically with perks like these, like if you don't use them, you tend to lose them. This also means if you fly, let's say, I don't know, once a quarter, then you're going to have multiple passes waiting for you, which means both legs of your trip are covered. There is a quick caveat. You can't share any unused passes with a guest, which I think is a bit of a drawback. And at the moment, to claim a pass, this is a bit clunky. You have to message Saily's support and tell them which lounge you're after, and they'll then send you a QR code. It would be nice if you could find the lounge you want, like inside the app, and then just book, but instead you actually have to visit this FAQ page, check which lounges are supported, and then let Saily know. I imagine though it won't be long before they integrate some type of booking system directly into the app, and I'm kind of surprised they haven't already. But considering that buying these passes separately can be very pricey, this does add a lot of value, and we'll shortly look at exactly how that stacks against the $65 monthly cost. Ultra even includes a free airport lounge pass if your flight is delayed more than 2 hours. Now, anyone that's had a Revolut premium plan would recognize this feature. It was called Smart Delay, which they have now removed, but I think it's great. Because, I mean, these days flights are so often delayed that this is definitely a perk that most frequent travelers will make use of. Now, the next big inclusion, and arguably one of the smartest, is the Nord security bundle. So you get NordVPN, NordPass, NordLocker, and Incogni. Now, I've previously reviewed NordVPN on this channel, and please go check out that video if you're interested in learning more, but it is a market-leading VPN. It's packed with features, they have loads of servers available and impressive speeds thanks to something called NordLynx, and I think we can all benefit from these types of privacy tools. Personally, I really like NordPass. I'm constantly logging in and out of accounts, and with all the auto logouts and security hoops that you have to jump through these days, a password manager can make life a lot easier. So if you already pay for a VPN or a password manager, then you can instantly offset that cost with Ultra, which from Saily's perspective is very smart bundling because it's going to encourage us to stick around. And on top of all these features, you get 8% cashback on any future Saily data purchases. Obviously, that's not life-changing, but if you're topping up often or buying an extra eSIM for a country that isn't covered by Ultra, it'll definitely start to add up over time. Now, none of these features are enough of a reason to get Ultra on its own, but when you start stacking them together, it really begins to make sense. So this part is somewhat estimated, but I've tried to attach a realistic value to each benefit just so you can see how much you're actually getting for your money. And the big takeaway here is that the lounge passes and the data carry most of the weight. Everything else, like Nord's tools and fast track and cashback and all of that stuff, that's just icing on the cake. But I did want to answer a question that I think is worth considering. What if you did just want the data? And that's the reason you got Ultra. Like, how much does 30 gigabytes cost with Airalo, Roamless, or Olafly? Well, here's how the global eSIM market looks right now if you just want data. Most of them stop at 20 gigabytes, which is usually priced between $60 and $70. Airalo's Discover Global gives you 20 gigabytes across 137 countries for $66, and Roamless and AlloSIM are almost identical. While Olafly, meanwhile, their 30-day unlimited plan will cost you $162. Now, eSIM actually works out cheaper per gigabyte and lasts 180 days, and SimLocal, the lowest price here, only runs on 4G and covers half as many countries, which brings us back to Saily Ultra. And when you look at this table, I think their pricing feels deliberate. Not the cheapest per gigabyte, but comfortably in the middle and with all of those extras on top, which if you strip away, the data alone still holds up. You wouldn't be mad to get this plan just for that. And if you add the features back in, it's just on a completely different playing field. But who's Ultra really for? Well, first and probably most obviously, it's for the frequent travelers, someone flying at least once a month who values a quiet space to work and the data capacity to enable it. They'll make use of the lounge for comfort, in theory, because we know that these lounges can sometimes be overpopulated and understaffed, but most of the time they're better than the actual airport terminal. And people who are flying frequently for work are definitely going to value 30 gig of data and probably use the fast track as well. And as I mentioned, flights are so often delayed, basically 1 in 3, so they'll almost certainly use that flight delay lounge pass at some point. Then there's the digital nomads or remote workers who I'm sure will appreciate having 30 gigabytes of data. They can use it to tether multiple devices. And because these are the types of people who live online, I think the Nord security bundle will make sense. For these people, the value here is sensational. And if you're thinking about signing up for Ultra and you'd like to support myself and the channel, then please consider using my affiliate link in the description box. And I've also included a coupon that will get you $3 off, which, I mean, that makes this plan just $61.99. That's pretty decent. But what do you think? Would you sign up for Ultra? I'd love to hear from you in the comments, let me know. And obviously if you enjoyed this and the video, then please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.